Welcome back to the channel, everybody. It's been a pretty crazy last few days. For those of you that don't know, this year, Formula Drift Japan is requesting and making us bring all of our cars like 3 to 4 weeks before the first round to pass inspection. So previously we just had to have our cars ready for round one and they'd do the inspection at round one, which usually you'd end up with another month or 4 weeks or so to have everything ready. But because they've brought FDJ2 together for FDJ1's first round and everyone's driving on the same weekend, they don't have enough time to do all the inspections on all the cars for FDJ1 and 2. So they've asked all the FDJ1 drivers to bring their cars at certain tracks pretty much a month before. So I have to have the car ready by the 7th and it has to be all finished, running, driving, and ready to pass inspection. So it's crunch time, and yesterday I kind of just got really stressed out thinking about it all and kind of panicked a little bit and just focused on getting stuff done. So we have a really big update for you, and the goal is to have this finished today and then load it up on the truck and early tomorrow morning start driving 8 to 9 hours back down to Tokyo with the car. But let me give you a big update, and the parts we were waiting on also arrived, so we got some stuff to show you. This is what the car currently looks like. We've gotten the new back panel on here, the new trunk lid. It's looking pretty good, you know? Got all the main hoops on, Leroy hoops, got our jacking point on there. We got everything crammed in here. There will also be a coolant expansion tank there. I got one of these really nice ones from Radium, so I'm actually really excited about. And we've already made the bracket, and that's gonna be sitting there. It's gonna be quite nice. The only thing is, I really like the pink logo we did. It'd be really cool if we could just get some special edition stickers made to like replace all of these. Although I don't know what Radium would think about that, but I think it's cool. Like special pink edition Radium logo would be sick. Anyway, so that's gonna be going there. Let's get this trunk off so you guys can see. And comp car things, you're never gonna get your panel gap perfect with these rear ends, but hey, we can at least try to make it somewhat nice. Now, everything this may be hard one-handed, but I'll try to pull it off. All right, I think we got it. There we go. Boom, look at this. So we got the radiator in here. I got my top mounts in here. I actually just made this bar with these tabs and we just brought it straight up to the front here and double nutted it. Nothing like a good old double nut. So I think that works out the best. I didn't want to tie it into here or here because we're going to be making a ducting here this year so that none of the tire smoke or rubber can make its way into the radiator. We don't want to clog this thing up with rubber. So we're going to close off the bottom, close off the sides, close off the top here, and then there's going to be an air intake right here with the fuel cell, and all of these sides will be sealed in too. So that way it's only going to be sucking in cold air from the top. It's not going to be getting all that rubber and stuff in there. And then obviously it'll be pulling through like that and out the bottom. We've made all new tabs here that support the rear end of this. Stop this thing from falling down. All the old ones were all bent and mangled up when we hit the walls, so we couldn't reuse it. But everything else we've reused as much as we can. And I think it turned out really, really well. We got this piece in here, used a hammer and a dolly to straighten this back out. Probably could still work on it a little bit more, but I'm happy with that. It just needs to be here for regulation. This is so weird. It's a weird rule where they require you to still have this. It's floppy, it does nothing structural. They just want us to keep this for the regulations. And so we just drill it out and it's just a floppy piece that we keep there. And whatever, do what you gotta do. But everything's kind of done. The rear end's finished. We just now have to fully disassemble everything again and start sandblasting and powder coating today, which the guys will work on for us. But I'm about to disassemble everything. Before we do that though, I got to show you something else that just arrived from PWR. Ever since I got my comp car, we've used the same, slightly old Hypertune intercooler, which was bar and plate, which is actually a really good quality intercooler. Now the problem is it actually retained heat and wouldn't dissipate it fast enough. It was kind of like a big heat sink, and once it kind of got warmed up, then we would start to run into high IAT issues. And we were finding that when we were doing tandem practice, the first lap where I was leading or chasing was great, but then the second lap where I lined up against them, I was missing about 100 horsepower just because of the higher IATs. Now, obviously, we like to run our cars in drifting to not necessarily actually have a lot of the safeties turned on where it's going to shut down the engine on you, because the last thing you want is while you're up against a wall to have to shut, like the car just shuts off on you and you end up straightening out, not only taking out your car, but then the guy behind you's car. So we generally will just have a lot of alarms that will flash, and then we'll kind of know something's wrong. We'd rather let the motor go than destroy two cars. You know what I mean? Some of these cars are like 200K, you know, or 100,000 plus K, you know, cars. So we definitely don't want to do that. So that's why a lot of us generally don't have the safeties turned on where it'll shut it off randomly in the middle of a run, right? That's dangerous. Now, I don't know why we went on that tangent, but oh, that's right, high IATs. So we were getting high IATs, and we do have that safety in there where when we start to creep up on IATs, it's obviously going to pull power. That's just normal. Heat soak, it's a thing. And as you know, we started working with PWR this year, and they looked after our rear radiator. And I started talking to them about our intercooler problems, and they whipped up something that I've never seen before. This here is a custom 140 mil thick intercooler built by the guys over at PWR. I don't think I'm going to have a single issue with high IATs this year. My old intercooler, like I said, was only 100 mil thick. So being 140 mil thick will sacrifice maybe a tiny bit of throttle response just because of the extra, like, you know, mass that this thing has and a little bit more air it's going to fill up. But if that means that we're going to have much better IATs, the air is going to be denser, and that means that we may not even feel a difference because, you know, cold, denser air means more better throttle response and more better boost. So that's what this is for. It's a mammoth, guys. Don't think you understand just how insane this is. To help, though, I went and got myself a can of coffee. I do not want to drop that. We have this can of Boss coffee here, right? Black Boss coffee. If you're a man, you drink this. This is probably, I think it's about 100 mil. Yeah, it's like 13 centimeters, right? So 100 mil, this can. And come look at this when we put it up against here. Look at that. All that extra, I mean, it's an extra 40 mil, right? So I don't think we're going to have any issues. I also heard a rumor that this is potentially the same core that Adam's been using as well this year. So it makes sense. I know those guys were chasing some high IAT issues as well. So when it comes to, you know, competition cars, and like I said before, we were finding that on our second lap, we were dealing with high IATs, which then means, you know, heat soak and a loss of power. If this solves that, this will give us a competitive advantage, because I don't think anyone else in Japan is running anything this higher quality when it comes to intercoolers and radiators. It's kind of wild. Everyone's still using like these, you know, cheaper made 100 mil intercoolers and stuff like that just don't, one, flow as good, and they have the heat soak issues and stuff like that as well. This core is going to be a game changer for us. Before I can get started on welding some tabs or bungs and stuff on this so that we can mount this in, what I need to actually do is disassemble the rear, because we have to obviously powder coat everything that is currently raw steel. So I'm going to start disassembling all of this. I'll set you guys up on a time lapse. Let's pull this thing apart. And just like that, that's my entire rear end there. Oh, bar some fiberglass stuff over there, but it's completely disassembled now. So now we got to get everything powder coated. Oh, I should take this off too, because we're going to re-sandblast this and powder coat this too. Probably take that off. Might take these off too. I'll check with Rob. I don't think we need to. These ones we were able to reuse, but I don't know. Yeah, trying to save time. I got to get this thing on the truck ASAP. Ooh, Rob's been up here powder coating. So you got to do a white coat before the pink, or is that what it looks like?
It's already done.
Really?
It's the clear.
Oh, this is the clear. Okay. And then this is the oven.
10 seconds.
All right.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
I just realized you've got pink all over your face.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Look at it.
It's part of the job.
Rob's been enjoying some pink bits this morning. Wow, that looks amazing. Freshy. That looks so good. Dang. How hot is this oven right now?
400.
400 C or Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit, okay. Wow.
About 200 feet.
Big boy oven. Oh, there you go. Yeah, 368. In she goes. Nice. It's crazy to me that, like, to me this is a big oven, but then I've seen videos of people powder coating entire cars and they have an oven that's like the size of like a 40-foot shipping container.
When are you gonna buy me one of those?
Yeah, we need one. Because if we end up doing that, that would be amazing. Everyone would be sending you their comp cars.
Yeah. Like I said, you're only limited by the size of your oven.
Yeah.
So you can...
What about this stuff? Like, would you need a bigger blower to do a whole car?
I'd need a longer hose maybe and longer, leads and whatever. But
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be it. You just need...
Dude.
You're only really limited by the size of your oven.
That's the dream though. Like a full powder coated chassis inside and out would be amazing.
Yeah.
Dang. One day, guys.
One day.
I'll get Rob a container and we'll rig it out. Making an oven, I feel like as long as you got all the right parts on the insulation, it's probably doable. I bet you this thing can make some sick pizzas too.
Yeah, I'm sure we could. We could try that once. We can make a big ass pizza. They recommend once you start, because a lot of guys use like home ovens. For,
Oh yeah.
Like home guys, whatever guys do it out of the garage. But they recommend, they say, don't cook in it after you put powder in it.
Oh, okay. There's a few chemicals and stuff.
Maybe.
Yeah. Is this what you started out on?
No, I just had that set up to do like small parts.
Oh, okay.
So I don't have to heat up
Damn.
too quick.
Old Whirlpool.
Yeah.
The old Whirlpool stuff was like indestructible. My dad used to always buy it because it was always easy repairable and they just never broke.
Yeah.
Like all the old white goods.
Yeah, well, these are from the States, so the 50, 60 hertz and the 110 voltage kind of messes with them, so they don't last very long.
Okay.
Because there's a little valve in there for the safety valve that controls the gas flow.
Yep.
And if it doesn't have the proper electricity and stuff,
Yep.
that's what
Yeah.
lets the gas flow into the oven, and those break a lot, and
Yep.
they're just not really happy.
Yeah.
So.
That's actually one thing a lot of people don't realize when they move to Japan. Depending on where you live in Japan, from I think it's like Shizuoka around Fuji, north is 50 hertz and south is 60 hertz. That's why sometimes when people film videos in Japan, there's that flickering. Because if you're in northern Japan, you need to be shooting in PAL. If you're in southern Japan, you need to be shooting in NTSC. So it's like this weird hertz thing with the electricity. Now, the problem with that is some machinery or white goods are set up to run on 50 hertz and they won't work on both. So if you go and take one of those older machinery or electronic goods down south, they'll blow up or they'll just burn out, vice versa too. It's very weird, but from I think it was like the 90s, a lot of that stuff accepted and worked with both, and you can move it up and down. But when you're buying old machinery in Japan, like equipment like drill presses, lathes and things like that, you need to really pay attention to that because you could end up damaging it. You can obviously change out the motor and upgrade the internals, but that's more expensive. But just something to look out for. The camera doesn't do this pink justice. Maybe if I go outside and I'll show you in a little bit, but this is really neon pink with a bunch of flake and sparkles in it. And we got the bag of the product over here. If any of you guys are interested in spraying the same stuff, it's called Neon Pink Dream. So it comes from allpowderpaints.com. Do you guys want it? Looks good. I'm gonna go take this downstairs outside so you guys can see what it looks like. Well, I came outside and it's freaking snowing. And I'm supposed to be driving 8 hours back today. But look at this, guys. Oh man, the camera doesn't do the color properly. It's so different on the screen than what it actually is. You guys are just gonna have to trust me, all right? It's nice. Anyways, I'm gonna go put this on the car. How long has it been?
15 minutes since it got to 10.
15 minutes. Dude, it looks so fresh and good as it comes out. Oh, that looks so good. Close this up. Dang. Everything's pink.
The color will shift
Yeah.
as it cools down.
That's so cool. Dang. So all I got to do after this is I'll chase a bunch of the threads to make sure we don't have any issues. And it should be good. Everything's finished with powder coating and cooled down, so I can start bolting it all back onto the car. I've got the rear end all assembled, and all I got to do now is put this back panel on. But the difference between, this is the same powder coat. So once this gets a bit of sun on there, it's going to turn to this. So it should look really, really good. But I like that we did all pink this year. Last time this was like a gray, so I think it looks better. We got my little toe strap little thing in there. It looks a little funny with the two cheeks, you know, and then the thing in the middle, but I love it. Should be good. Get this back panel on and then we're done. Push the S15 outside and it's a little scary. There's a fair bit of snow starting to stick. I think we'll be okay on the main roads. Oh boy, we got a 8-hour drive back home to Tokyo. We hustled like crazy. The cars all mounted up on the truck, ready to leave. But we got to do a little bit of a redemption for Rob. You guys want to hear this thing start and run, the RB Swap G35. I do too. Do you want to tell them what was wrong with it?
Gas.
Didn't have any gas in it.
I was out of gas.
Fire up. It's cold, man. Whew. Well, that sounds a little more normal. Like butter.
Wonderful what gas will do for an engine.
Yeah, when you actually put gas in it, it'll actually run. Yeah, when you test drive this, I need to come up because I reckon this car's gonna be fun. What are you aiming for, like 450, 400?
Yeah, just right around there, just enough to have fun.
Yeah.
Mostly just gonna be for like G1 GP and EDS and stuff like that. Just
Yeah,
like
so grassroots comps.
235 class,
Yeah.
kind of tiring class, yeah.
Yeah, this thing's gonna be awesome. All right, well, time for me to hit the road before the temperature drops and everything freezes up. God, I love a good RV.
Sounds good.
You're excited about this?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, Rob, thank you so much for your hospitality.
As always, anytime.
I'm gonna go rush home and then put an engine back in this thing.
All right.
All right, see ya. Thank you. Oh boy. This late in the year, I never thought we'd see snow again. We're all loaded up. We got all this done to the truck. We got a tire rack and everything up there and another shelf here. I'm pretty stoked, but it's time to get going because if the temperature drops and this turns to ice, I am in big trouble because I do not have snow tires. Probably about an hour into this, we'll be a-okay because it's only snowing up north, but it's mainly just slush. We'll be okay. Well, touch wood. Pray for me. Leave a prayer in comments, guys. Let's get going. Definitely not looking too great. Oh, I hope the temperature doesn't go below freezing. We need like to just, the weather needs to stay like this for just an hour before we're out of the snow. Oh, it's kind of clearing up a bit, the road. That's kind of nice. Oh boy, I'm so stressed. We are now about 2 hours out of Misawa, and as you can see, no more snow, which is honestly a blessing. I was a little worried, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, we've got about 6.5 hours left. We should get to the shop by like around 10:30 p.m. It's not too bad. And then we'll get a good night's sleep and hit it all to first thing tomorrow morning and get the motor and trans and everything in this thing. But I'm just gonna enjoy the drive, kick back, relax, and I'll give you guys updates along the way. First stop, I just gassed up, filled this thing up with diesel, took about 60 liters. Cost me like the equivalent, I mean, I think it was like 9,000 Japanese yen to fill this thing up. Time for a quick food break. Haven't eaten really anything all day. So get some lunch/dinner and some snacks and get back on the road. We're making really good time. We should be back around 10:30. So we'll try to make this stop as quick as possible. Had to do the curry. Also, pro tip, make sure you get this. This stuff is good, it's like pickled ginger, and it is amazing. Just mix it in with everything. I don't know, maybe some people don't like it, but I do. And just like that, it is now the next day. We are unloading the comp car back at the HQ. It's time to get started in this thing. It looks good in the sun. A lot of changes. I don't even know what we're gonna do with the livery yet, but we'll worry about that after inspection. But it's gonna be a fair bit of things changing this year. What?
Got a bunch of Dammit Summit tape, and I'm
We should
gonna
just
wrap it up.
all black with Dammit Summit down the side. That would actually be kind of funny, not gonna lie. All right, let's unload. And now the real work has to begin, because we've got to put motor, trans, plumb everything up and have this thing ready in, what's today, Friday?
Saturday, Sunday.
Like 2-3 days. It's doable, but we're remaking a fair few things like our downpipe and exhaust and stuff like that. So we got a lot to do. Also intercooler fitting and all that kind of thing too. So fair bit of work, but we'll be able to get it done. We've done worse. We've gotten stuff done in crazier deadlines, so I'm not too fussed. Let's get it done. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I apologize for lack of uploads. I've been super hyper focused on obviously getting this thing done in time. I've been posting on the subreddit and the Discord and stuff like that, and on my Twitter, just letting you guys know what's going on. But yeah, between getting really sick with the influenza this month, or last month now, I think we're in a new month, it's been very hectic. So thank you for being patient and staying by us. Go to SAMMIT.net, place yourself an order, grab yourself some of the new merch, as well as if you want to put your name on the FD card for this season, please go do that. We need your support more than ever this year. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Peace. Jamata.